Hey everyone, this is Joel Amer with Inflatable Office and Event Office. I just wanted to um, let you know about a release we're doing tomorrow. We haven't done one in a while. Mostly we've still been doing updates and fixes. So the majority of the things listed on here that we'll be doing have actually already been released, but we just haven't announced them. So one of the changes though is that it's coming out, you'll most likely notice, and so we wanted to make you aware of it. So that change will be you'll start seeing items that are colored in blue. And when you hover over it, it'll show what other events are in conflict. And so when you see that, it's not that the item you're looking at is overbooked on that event. It's that there's other events that want that item that can't have it because this event's reserving it. So um, normally they show in red when they're overbooked, and so in this particular case they would normally be showing in black because technically they're not overbooked on that event. It's the other event that shows them in red. So anyway, when you start seeing items in blue, you don't have to worry about them too much, but if you want to see the other events that are trying to use them at the same time, you'll now be able to do that. So I'll kind of go over some of these other things, but like I said, pretty much everything else besides that one I just mentioned has already been released. And so this is just kind of letting you know what's going on. There are some upcoming changes I wanted to make you aware of as well. We do have our major revision that we're still working on. It's still scheduled for the end of this year. And so we'll start testing it and making sure it's ready for that. But we don't want to switch everybody over in the middle of their busy season. So we won't release all that stuff until the end of the year. Next, if you are using Gmail integration for IMAP CRM, this is where we can load in your emails through Gmail and have them available in the CRM tab. That is going away by the end of the year. And that's simply because Gmail, in order to use their API, they require a security audit, which costs near $100,000. And so there aren't enough people using it for us to make it make sense to do that. So that will be removed. Now you can still use the IMAP email integration with any other provider. You might still be able to use it by just putting imap.gmail in as the server for it. But the reason we stopped doing that and we started supporting direct integration was because of their security rules. It made it really hard for it to get to work. So unfortunately, I can't promise it that you'll be able to get it to work. Next, due to a law that was changed a few years ago called the Internet Sales Tax, we're going to have to start charging sales tax for some of you. This will come later this year, definitely for Ohio and Pennsylvania customers, because we've met the requirements for that. And for Ohio, we've just been eating the sales tax, but due to this change, we're going to end up implementing it for some of the other ones. So, yay, taxes. I'll quickly go over the rest of these. So one of the other big things is that you can auto charge the final balance a day or two before the event. So you have to be using OpenEdge to do this. And if you want to have that possible, let us know and we can set that up for you. We've improved optional fields on ability to use them in reports, sorting the reports by them, as well as if you want to have them on the default view for your leads, you can do that. Blacklisted customers will no longer get newsletters. I think it just unsubscribes them at the same time. So, and this is just for newsletters. So if you have other emails that have to go out to them for whatever reason, I think they still go out. So you're aware. API, we added a few new things. If you need to get the WordPress page ID that was created for the WordPress integration, it'll be available. If you want to have rental prices included, so this would be like similar to how we do it with our WordPress one, where you can see this is the price for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, etc. We can return all that information if you add this to the URL. I'm sure some of you have already noticed this before, but if you want to add notes to a shift on the shift tab of a lead, you can now do so. And I believe you can have those printed out on packing lists. vendors. There's a new email in there that can remind them about the upcoming event. You just have to go over to the email center under settings and activate it. We added a new variable called a rental category heading. And so this is if you want to organize your items by category on templates, you can do so. So if your contract or the packing list or whatever, if you have always have a lot of stuff going out and you want them organized besides just alphabetically or by the item name, you can do that. So you probably have to contact us if you want help setting this one up because it's a little complicated. Category, if you have the word hidden or the name of the category is hidden, then all those items will not be shown on the lead list when you're editing a lead or on the customer quote page. I don't think it'll be shown anywhere except for the packing lists. And so this is just a quick way to hide everything in a category. So sometimes you'll have a category that's just for parts or for your packages when you have like a choose one concession or something like that where it's not really an item you want visible. You can do that. So CRM, we added better website tracking. So what this means is that if a customer goes to your website and clicks around a whole bunch before they fill out a form, we now keep track of that so that when they do fill out the form, all that history will be loaded in there as well. With weather, you can set wind and gust limits per the whole account under general settings, and you can also override them if you have certain items that either need a different threshold set on them. You can do that. WordPress, if you want to always have the shortcodes use the latest default version that we sometimes update, you can do that just by going into the Inflatable Office shortcode section and just there's a checkbox on there that says always use default. If you don't see that on there, then we may have to update your plugin first. But if you make any changes to the shortcodes, then that'll automatically turn off, so that way your stuff's not getting overwritten. And last one here is we loaded in a new set of Magic Jump inventory with our database. So if you've purchased an item, it'll make it easier to populate the details. We've done a lot of work recently on making speed improvements to make sure our servers are stable and things are returned quickly. I know that for larger accounts, some of the stuff is still fairly slow. And so we've been making sure our new revision that will be out at the end of the year will resolve many of those issues. So unfortunately, you'll have to struggle through the summer if you're having slow loading times. But still let us know. Sometimes there's things we can do to help make it faster for you now. So, all right, guys, thanks.